Welcome to my channel. Today in this video we will share you the 5 top most notorious hackers in the world. Please, before I move on, I want you to subscribe and click the bell notification so that YouTube will notify you when we upload new videos related to this. PC hacking is the demonstration of recognizing and taking advantage of framework and organization weaknesses to acquire unapproved admittance to those frameworks. Not all hacking is pernicious. White hat programmers might work in network safety or as computer programmers and analyzers searching out weaknesses to fix them. Dark hat programmers work with noxious aim. All things considered, there is an enormous ill-defined situation populated by political activists and programmers who wear the two caps. Hacking costs organizations and customers trillions of dollars consistently. As indicated by CPO magazine, by 2021, hacking assaults will cost an all-out $6 trillion, up from $2 trillion in misfortunes detailed in 2019. A significant part of the digital wrongdoing issue comes from similar elements of the web from which we as a whole advantage. Indeed, even the most novice programmer can undoubtedly observe every one of the apparatuses they need online at essentially no expense. The programmer attack didn't happen all of a sudden. It required many years of work at this point renowned programmers to find basic weaknesses and uncover the systems that laid out the underpinnings of the web and its wide open libertarianism. Here is a gander at the main 5 most famous programmers ever. 1. Albert Gonzalez. As indicated by the New York Daily News, Gonzalez, named Subnazi, started out as the Grieve Pack head of PC geeks at his Miami secondary school. He at last became dynamic on criminal business site Sudoku.com and was viewed as probably its best programmer at arbitrators. At 22, Gonzalez was captured in New York for charge card misrepresentation connected with taking information from a large number of card accounts. To keep away from prison time, he turned into a source for the Secret Service, at last arraigning many Sudoku individuals. 2. Adrian Lamo. In 2001, 20-year-old Adrian Lamo utilized an unprotected substance, the executive's instrument at Yahoo, to adjust a Reuters article and add a phony statement credited to previous Attorney General John Ashcroft. Lamo regularly hacked frameworks and afterward informed both the press and his casualties. Now and again, he'd assist tidy up the wreck with working on their security. As Wired brings up, in any case, Lamo took things excessively far in 2002, when he hacked the New York Times internet, added himself to the rundown of master sources, and started leading examination on high-profile individuals of note. Lamo procured the moniker the homeless hacker, since he liked to meander the roads with minimal in excess of a knapsack, and regularly had no decent location. Another person, called Astor, this programmer, varies from the others on this rundown, in that he has never been freely recognized. In any case, as per the Daily Mail, some data has been delivered about Astor. In particular that he was secured by experts in 2008, and around then he was recognized as a 58-year-old Greek mathematician. Supposedly, he had been hacking into the Dassault group for close to a large portion of 10 years. During that time, he took state-of-the-art weapons innovation programming and information which he then, at that point, offered to 250 people all over the planet. His hacking cost the Dassault group $360 million in harms. Nobody knows why his total personality has never been uncovered, yet the word Astra is a Sanskrit word for weapon. Another person called Kevin Mitnick, an original figure in American hacking. Kevin Mitnick got his profession start as a high schooler. In 1981, he was accused of taking PC manuals from Pacific Bell. In 1982, he hacked the North American Defense Command, NORAD, an accomplishment that propelled the 1983 film War Games. In 1989, he hacked Digital Equipment Corporation's DEC organization and made duplicates of their product. Since DEC was a main PC maker at that point, this act set Mitnick up for life. He was subsequently captured, indicted and shipped off jail. During his restrictive delivery, he hacked Pacific Bell's voice message frameworks.all. Through his hacking profession, Mitnick never taken advantage of the entrance and information he acquired. It's broadly accepted that he once got full control of Pacific Bell's organization just to demonstrate it very well may be finished. A warrant was given for his capture for the Pacific Bell episode, yet Mitnick escaped and lived in stowing away for over 2 years. When gotten, he spent time in jail for a very long time of wire extortion and PC misrepresentation. In spite of the fact that Mitnick at last went white cap, he might be essential for the both caps hazy situation. As indicated by Wired, in 2014, he set off Mitnick's Absolute Zero-Day Exploit Exchange, which sells unpatched, basic programming exploits to the most elevated bidder. Last person called Jonathan James. Utilizing the false name Comrade, Jonathan James hacked a few organizations. As per the New York Times, what truly acquired James' consideration was his hack into the PCs of the United States Department of Defense. Considerably more noteworthy was the way that James was just 15 at that point. In a meeting with PC Mag, James conceded that he was somewhat enlivened by the book The Cuckoo's Egg, which subtleties the chase after a PC programmer during the 1980s. His hacking permitted him to access more than 3,000 messages from government representatives, usernames, passwords and other touchy information. James was captured in 2000 and was condemned to a 6 months house capture and restricted from sporting PC use. Notwithstanding, a probation infringement made him serve a half-year in prison. Jonathan James turned into the most youthful individual to be sentenced for abusing digital wrongdoing regulations. In 2007, TJX, a retail chain, was hacked and many clients' private data were compromised. In spite of an absence of proof, specialists presumed that James might have been involved. In 2008, James ended it all by gunfire. As per the Daily Mail, the self-destruction note expressed, "I have no confidence in the justice system. There are the top 5 most notorious hacker of all time." Please, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification. Thanks for watching.